Hey John, welcome to the dojo. The dojo is the place where we practice karate. Let's go over here. There's a few things that we have to do before we start karate. One thing is we get to sit on the bench with mom and remove our shoes because we can't really have shoes on deck. And the next thing we can't have socks on deck. Socks make the deck very slippery. So we're going to take our socks off. And then we're going to put them in our shoes. And we're going to put them over here in the dojo shoe holder by the door so that when we get ready to leave, we know right where our shoes are. Next thing we have to do is we have to put on our gi. And we know we have a gi. This is a gi. It's the top. The top to our uniform is called a gi. And we always take our right side and we put it to the left side. And we tie it. And then we take our left side and we tie it to the right side. Later on, when we go over your test, we're going to continue to learn right and left. Right now, here's our obi. I'll go ahead and make sure it's nice and straight. Tuck it in. Make sure the back is nice and straight. Karate is all part of tradition and the things that we do to learn. Now we're going to come over to the deck, and we know that the first thing we do when we walk in the door is we always bow at the door. And the next thing that we do is we stand up and we bow again. And then we're able to come on the deck. Now remember, if you want to go off deck, you don't bow this way. You bow this way. And you step off deck. And when you step on, you bow this way. Let's take a look at a few things at the dojo. At the dojo, we have lots of black belts. These are people just like you, John, that have studied very hard to be people of karate. And over here, we have the Okinawan flag, we have the United States flag, and we have the Grand Master. You can remember to say Grand Master Soshin Nagamine. I think we've practiced that lots of times, but we'll do it even more as we go over your test. As we walk over here, we notice we have Sensei Michael Barnes. And if we skip down over here, we see that we have Renshi, Patricia Godoyne. And then not last but least, we have Shihan, Jeffrey Godoyne. He runs the dojo, him and his wife, Renshi. All right, let's go over here, John, to where we go every week. And we go over to this spot over here by the mirror, and I get my book out. Of course, the book says Sensei Michael Barnes, because it's my book. And we're going to go over your test. And I have some things that will help us. So first of all, we've got to remember the name of the founder of our style, and his name is Grand Master Soshin Nagamine. You like to say Nagamine because it's kind of funny to say. And some other things we're going to learn, remember, is our left hand. It's over here, and our right hand is the one that we usually hold a pencil with. Usually we scratch our head with our right hand. And we have over here, we have our left ear and our right ear. And if we remember, we have a couple of Japanese words that you have to learn for your test. The first word that we're going to learn is the dojo. The dojo is a place where we practice karate. As you can see, it's a little small word, D-O-J-O. The next one is, it's a big word. It's kyosuke. See if you can say the word kyosuke. Kyosuke just means to stand at attention. And let me show you what that looks like. When I stand at attention, I have my feet in the letter V. I have my hands next to my side. And I'm standing very quietly looking straight. That is the word that means kyosuke, to stand at attention. The next question we have on your test is rei. The rei is kind of a small word. R-E-I. And the word rei means to bow. Let's look at how we bow. When we bow, we have our feet in the letter V. We have our hands at the side. We look straight and we bow. That means rei. Rei means to bow. The next one is your favorite one because you always know this one. So this will be just a fun word. And karate means empty hand. Nothing in there, it's empty. So karate means empty hand. Let's go over a few other things. We have a couple of dojo rules. Dojo rules are things that we are supposed to do, or maybe we're not supposed to do. So one of the things that we can't have on deck is we can't have drinks. We can't drink drinks on the deck. We have to do that over there on the floor. We can't have candies. We know these are good candies and we'd like to have them on deck, but we can't eat candy on deck. Another thing we can't have on deck is shoes. And look what I found inside of this shoe. It's a ring. Can I wear my ring on deck? No. We don't have no shoes on deck, no jewelry on deck, no candies on deck, no drinks on deck. So those are our dojo rules. Those are things that we can't have on the deck while we're practicing karate. The next thing that we're going to learn, we're going to go over our techniques. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go in jigatai dashi, and we're going to do chest blocks. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The next thing we're going to do is head blocks. Head blocks are what protect our head so that we don't hit our head or we don't get hit in the head. Make sure we have our chamber hand. We got this one over our head and we're going to bring this one in front and replace it and go back here. Go in the front and replace it back in the chamber. Go in front and back in the chamber. One more time. Go in front and back in the chamber. The next one that we're going to do is low blocks. Low blocks are to protect our lower body, and it's kind of like a slide. I put my hand on my slide, and I bring it down, and the other one comes back into the chamber, just like that. The next one I do goes right on top, down the slide, and back in the chamber. The next one goes here, down the slide, back in the chamber. One more time. Here it goes on the top, down the slide, and back in the chamber. Now the next one that we're going to do is a front kick. Remember, to do a kick, we have to bend our knee and point our toes and kick, like that. So it goes up, kick, back, and down. Up, kick, back, and down. So to do it fast, looks like that. Just like that. on the other leg too. Up, out, back, and down. Just like that. The word Shizentai Dashi just means walking stance. When I walk, that's Shizentai Dashi. A walking stance. And that's what I use. And the last thing that we have for our test, it's like the really hardest part, but we can do it. Go down on our hands. My back is straight. I bend my elbows. I go down and I go back up. I bend my elbows, go down and back up. And when I get to 10, I always go, "Ay!" And that's how we do our push-ups. Remember, on every technique, "Ay!" on Jew. When we get to Jew, "Ay!" When we get to Jew, "Ay!" When we get to Jew, "Ay!" So don't forget the ki. So John, I think that's about all for your test today. I hope that you learned a lot. You can watch it on TV, and you can practice while you're at home. It's just like I'm right in your living room with you. So for today, that's all I have. Sensei Barnes is going to say, sayonara. Sayonara means goodbye in Japanese.